So out of all these employees, here we have a total of 3 employees. What are their age? So this employee's age is 28 and 31 and 34. What I want to do here is I would like to generate this employee output, this employee record only when the employee's age is above 30 years. So I am telling a condition here, I am saying a condition here. So when this condition satisfies, then only you should generate the target node. So based on a condition, we are going to populate the target field. So in these situations, we are going to use the createIf function. So let me show you how to use that. So I would like to generate the staff member only when the employee's age is above 30 years. So we are concentrating on the staff member node. So we don't need the employee node. So what is the condition here? Age should be, so here we have the age field. So drag and drop it here. We have age. Age is above 30 years. How we can do the comparison? Take a constant and set its value to 30. And we have discussed the arithmetic function. We have a function called greater, right? So it returns true if the second value is greater than the first value. If the age is 30 above, it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. So this is our condition. Based on this condition, we need to either generate this staff member node or simply suppress it. So let's go to the node functions. The first function, createIf. So the createIf value will take only Boolean inputs. You need to pass a Boolean input only. So this greater function is going to generate a Boolean, either true or false, right? So we are going to connect this. You can use other Boolean generating functions as well, like and, or, lesser, greater, all these functions that we discussed in the Boolean class. You can use any function that generates a Boolean output. Okay. So the createIf only takes the Boolean input. Now we have mapped the staff member. So we are generating the staff member only when the age is above 30. Let me simulate this and see if it is working fine or not. So it generated an employee record. If you see, we have only one employee record, but how many employees we have? We have a total of 3. And how many employees are satisfying our condition? Age above 30. We have 2 employees satisfying our condition. But why did it generated only one value, one employee record? Since we didn't handle the context properly. So what is the context of age here? Let me go to the mapping again. So what is the context of age? If I place my mouse here, you can see the name is age, the XPath is employee/employee/age. So what is the parent node of age? If you observe, the parent node of age is employee. So what happened internally? Message mapping read the age and it compared with the condition and it satisfied the condition, it generated the output, done. But it is not able to see other employee records. Why? The parent node of age is here. So the CPI can only see this part of the message. It cannot see other employee records. Why? It deals in context. So the age context is employee. So it cannot see other employee records. So how we can manipulate the context so that the CPI can see all the employee records and it can compare all the employee data. So we can move the age context to one up, one parent node up. If you move it to employees, now CPI can see all the nodes under the employees. So it can see all the multiple employee records. So we have to move the context of age to one step ahead. So let me do that. If you click here and go to context and move it to employees, done. Let me simulate this again and test. So here it generated 1 and 2 employee records. Why? We have only 2 eligible employees, right? This last employee's age is below 30 years. So we should not see him in the output. So here we have E002 and E001. It didn't populated the E003 record. Why? It doesn't satisfy the condition. So the createIf function will not generate the target node. So that is the behavior of createIf. So let's close this and click on OK. And in the sample XML payload content modifier, I am going to create a header and a property. So the header name is origin. I am going to say success factors. And I am going to create another property on add, and what is the name? I am going to copy paste the processing mode. Processing mode would be full file. That's it. So we should read these headers and property values in the message mapping as well. Let me turn on the trace and deploy. So let's look at the final payload after mapping. So here we have E001. So his age is above 30, so it is fine, and we are able to read the header and property values here. And E002, we are able to read the header and property, and it didn't populated the E003 employee. Why? He doesn't satisfy the condition. So this is how we deal with createIf, exists, mapWithDefault, and replaceValue, get header, get property. So coming to the real question, what is the difference between createIf and exists? So let's look at the nodes. The createIf function generates the target node only when the condition is true. So it is used when you want to populate the target node or not. That's it. But what does exist do? It checks if the source node is present or not, and it generates either true or false. That's it. So the createIf is used to populate the target node based on a condition, whereas exist simply checks the existence of the source node, right? Then what is the difference between replaceValue and mapWithDefault? So the replaceValue will replace the string, will replace the entire value from the source node with a default value, whereas the mapWithDefault, if the node is present, if the source node is present, it will populate the value as it is. If the source node is not present in the XML, it will default the value. Okay, so that is the main difference between replaceValue and mapWithDefault. So that's it for this session. In the next session, we are going to cover the other node functions as well, like the remove context, collapse context, split by value, use one as many, and all of the other things. Okay, so see you in the next session.